Hi everyone and welcome to another Vlogmas. Today I'm going to talk about traditional Swedish Christmas. Christmas for me always started the 1st of December, or the Christmas period, or beginning of December, I would say. It started with Advent. Advent is a 4-weekend celebration. I don't know a lot about it more than it is like waiting for Jesus, but we never had a lot of religious connotation to it. Instead, when it was the 1st of Advent, my mom took and changed all the curtains into Christmas curtains. She put up these electrical candle holders that hold 7 candles, electrical candles, and it goes in a little angle like this. They are red wood with light white candles, and they're called Advent candle holders. I think you can get them on IKEA in the whole world, but it's a very Swedish thing. And she put those basically in every window in the whole house. And then she had these metallic stars, and I have one up in my window that I purchased this year, but she has these metallic stars with a little bulb in it that you hang in your window, and she hung those in every bedroom in the house. And then she had a wooden one that she put in the window in kind of our day room. So for me, that was kind of the kickoff of Christmas. Another part of Advent for us is that we had this, again, candle holder, but with real white candles in it. And it was a little rectangle that had 4 candles. And around those candles, my mom laid white moss. And then in the moss, she would put this little lingonberry leaves, like little lingonberries, and little ceramic lingonberries, and then little ceramic mushrooms that you put in it and decorated it. And it's very much a part of Christmas for me. And every Advent, so every Sunday up until Christmas, she would light one candle, or you light one candle on the 1st of Advent, and then you light this candelabra or candle holder every Sunday, and you light one more candle every Sunday, which the candle will burn down to like a angle. Really like that. It was aesthetic. So that was kind of how it built up to Christmas. That was when Christmas was kicked off. For me, at the time, that was about how it was. Well, my mom also put up this little bowl of nuts and dried fruit, like figs and dados. Is that the word? I don't know. Anyhow, that you could eat. We usually didn't have a lot of snacks around, so for me it was like, oh, I can eat figs, I can eat all the dried figs. I actually really like dried figs. But then we had to wait all the way to Christmas. When I was really little, we went to Christmas Mass every year. We went with my grandmother, my mother, and us children. And I think a big part of it was because the church is on the same island that my grandmother's parents was. So we did a morning of it, going to church and then meeting up with her parents, getting little Christmas candy and Christmas gift from them. And I think we stopped going around when they died. It kind of ended that tradition, and we stopped going to morning mass on Christmas. We celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve in Sweden. However, in our family, Christmas was also always a 2-day thing. So we started on Christmas Eve, and you start around 12 having Christmas lunch. Every other year we would have them at my grandmother's, and every other year we would have them in our house. And later on, my mother's brother got a fiancé, and they moved to the area. So then we started also have our Christmas with them. So then we 3 people that we were rotating through. When my father's mother was with us, she would always come to us because my father's father died in 86, I think. So she was alone, so she came and she celebrated Christmas with us every year. Christmas started at 1, as I said, with Christmas lunch. And Christmas lunch would be Christmas ham. It would be sylta, which is basically some kind of jelly and meat. Didn't appreciate it when I was young, but I did like it when I became older. But I also think it contains pork, so I no longer can eat it. But yeah, it's a lot of pork products on a Christmas table. We have little teeny tiny sausages. We had meatballs, which from cow. I think some year we had it from moose, because my grandfather has land and they have rights to hunt there, so sometimes we had moose. We also had a lot of pickled herring in different shapes and forms. Mustard one, just plain onion one, but I also think we had like this beetroot and pickled herring kind of little salad. We also had another beetroot salad that was just beets and sour cream and mayo, I think, something like that. You have different cheeses, you had a lot of bread, a lot of those kind of just eating on a sandwich. Oh, we had salmon also. But eating sandwiches, eating cold food. We did have some warm food that we ate also. Had a little bit of potatoes, a lot of food. There were a lot of food. And by 3 o'clock, we usually had come to the coffee part of the evening, where all the adults had coffee, and there were different kinds of cookies, like fruit cake, other kinds of smaller cookies, gingerbread cookies, all of those things. And at 3 o'clock, we had a Disney show starting at the TV. And it's kind of a compilation thing that has been shown on TV as long as I have lived, but probably longer. And it has these little smaller Disney shows celebrating Christmas with those little squirrels. In Swedish we call them Piff och Puff. Names. It's one of those Mickey and Pluto goes out and chops down a tree for a Christmas tree, and those little cute squirrels come with and play around with the decorations in the tree and everything, and Pluto just goes berserk. But anyway, it is cute, and a lot of different small shows. And it is Jiminy Cricket that is kind of the narrator. He is showing these Christmas cards, and all of the little stories are Christmas cards. And then 1 or 2 shows every year is the newest Disney show, newest Disney animated video that there's a little mini part of, because some of the videos are just parts of others. For example, Robin Hood has been on for a very, very long time. And that's a big part of Christmas for me. It's always been a big part of Christmas. I think that is one of the things I miss the most when I'm abroad. But we're gonna check and see if we can, in some shape and form, actually watch that, because it's gonna be like 9 in the morning on Christmas Eve. So maybe we can figure that out to get that on telly in the US. That would be fun. That would be awesome. After the Disney show, when we were very little, I think we had like gift opening directly after. We had drinking glögg, which is spiced wine. It does come in non-alcoholic versions, and that was what we got when we were little. And then the adults get the stronger version. And after that, we opened gifts. When I was really little, we did have Santas, but I think it ended with the one that I remember the most, which was, I think they hired one of the neighbors in the village to come and be the Santa, and he was drunk when he came, like real drunk. And I was afraid of Santa that time. I just didn't want to be anywhere close to him or anything. And I think that was the last year we did have a Santa. After that, my brother was too old, and we just had my mom usually give them out. And when I got older, I ended up being the one who gave out gifts with the names. It's like, this is from and this is from. And then the evening is basically done. Sometimes everyone just sat down by the table and chatted, had some other drinks. The grown-up and the children were playing with their toys, and that was kind of the end of Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, we always have a Christmas dinner, and that was always hosted by my grandmother. This time we had more warmer food. I think that day we had a potato and salmon dish, which just completely insanely good, with a lot of butter. I loved it. However, it has a lot of eggs in it, so I no longer can eat it. But yeah, that was a really, really good dish. But you also get all the smaller food, and I think a part of it is to eat up as much as possible from all of the Christmas food that we had the day before. Part of it is just having a nice time, just hanging with the family. That day wasn't that much more. It's just in the morning you play with all your toys that you got the day before, and then in the evening you had the dinner. And that was the end of Christmas. Yeah, Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas Eve was when my parents decorated the tree. So we didn't have, in my family, we didn't have a decorated Christmas tree until Christmas morning. So on Christmas Eve morning, we children, when we got up, the Christmas tree was all decorated. So they did it after we gone to bed. And that kind of made Christmas a little bit more magical, I think. When I became older, we were awake when they decorated it, and when we got even older, we got to help decorate it. But Christmas wasn't as magical then. It wasn't going up on Christmas Eve morning and seeing the tree. However, I must say, last year and the year before mostly, we did decorate the tree in November because we were going to be away during Christmas. And every time I go up in the middle of the night to pee, that has been a thing, always. And every time I see the Christmas tree standing in the corner, I just get super happy. I think that is one of the things that kind of drives me through these dark months, is the closer to Christmas we come, the more lights people put on their balconies, the more lights people have in their windows, the more like the snow is glistening. And yeah, I like winter if I can look at it from the outside, but it makes me happy. No, from the inside, sorry, from the inside. That makes it happy. Being out in it, I don't like the cold, my body doesn't like the cold, but it is beautiful. I don't know, it's one of those times, like talking about it makes me say, like, super happy, just super happy. And yeah, I'm missing it a little bit this year because we don't have a Christmas tree, but we don't really have any place to get it. We want to have a pencil Christmas tree, but I haven't found one in Sweden yet. So yeah, but it's time for me to say Merry Christmas and good evening or good day, and I will see you tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you later. Bye!